Hello, I'm Kyle, and I'm a pixel artist and make video games and other stuff. And I thought it'd be pretty cool if I recorded a process video and talked over it, giving some insight and some other stuff. Um, I'm a little sick, a little under the weather, so excuse any sniffles or anything you hear. I'll try and edit them out, but I may not get to all of them. Um, so yeah, I'll start talking about pixel art and stuff. To draw, I use Sprite, which is a really cool program. I love it. It's cheap. It's lightweight. It's updated frequently with lots of features and bug fixes and stuff. Like once a month, I think it's updated all the time. Um, to do the actual drawing, I use a Wacom Bamboo Fun tablet. I've had it for about 10 years, I think. A lot of pixel artists I talk to use mice for pixeling, just their mouse. This is fine. It's cool, whatever, but it's funny that most of the time when they say they use their mouse, they use it because they get a lot of precision from it, which is the same reason that I use my tablet, but maybe I just have a shitty mouse. I don't know. Uh, so when what I'm doing right here, and what you saw at the beginning when it was just that circle with some legs, is just the really rough sketch, just to kind of get a basic pose down. Um, just blocking out a silhouette with usually a 2x2 size brush, just to get really basic shapes, just to get the kind of feel of the whatever I want to do in. Um, and it's a lot different than how I used to start and do my pixel art. If you look at any of the old videos that I had on here, it was a sketch, and then I'd clean up the lines, which would take forever, and then color, shade, and polish. And it took so long. It was so tedious, and this way just feels so much more natural and flows much better. Where it's just I do the skeleton sketch, the really rough one, and then block in the shapes, and then color and polish are all kind of one step, as I just like feel out the form with colors. Uh, Also, it's a lot quicker. It's so much quicker. Uh, this is actually the hardest part of doing any pixel art. Whenever I work, this is where a lot of the time is spent. The not fun time. I have a lot more fun with the other, with polishing and coloring and stuff. But this is where a lot of the hard work is, because once I have this, it's just chipping away and making everything work for the most part. Sometimes there's big changes, but for the most part, this is the part I don't like the most, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I still like it, but it's the hardest part, because it's the most important, right? You need to get a good pose. You want to get good shapes, uh, and it's hard. It's really hard, especially when all I do is draw, a full figure standing looking to the left, usually with hands at their sides. So I'm trying to get better about, but you know, I just need to push myself some more, which everybody does. All the artists out there need to push themselves more. So right here is when I start to get into the actual coloring of it, which is my favorite part. This part's so much fun. This is the part where I can spend hours and hours just chipping away at it, just making everything look exactly how I want it to look. Um, just giving everything form, and this is where, especially on this face here, like every little pixel can change so much. And I spent a long time just with these eyebrows, and the eyes, which are important, at least to me. Eyes are hard with pixel art. They're always really, really challenging. But they're a lot of fun. It's a really fun challenge trying to figure out how exactly you want to make these eyes look. Because you could just do the standard block, or, you know, whatever, just a single pixel. But it's more fun to try and do something like here. And it's hard a lot of times because the eyes have to they have to has it has to have a right color for like the skin and the face, or else you can't do like I did here, which is the white for like defining the whole eye. And you're messing with Josuke's hair. And get back to the face. The mouths are always really hard too. Just these little things on the face. Um, and I end up not even giving him really a nose, just kind of like hinting at a nose, I guess. It's not even really there. Um, just kind of hinted at with the shadow on his face. I think I spend most of this drawing on his face because it's just a really important part in like all of my drawings. I always put a lot of work in on faces. Yeah, right here is where I realized that he just didn't really have a neck, and so I wanted to change that. And I move stuff around a lot using the move tool, and it just it helps a lot to just kind of move stuff around. And if even if it doesn't look right, you can always just undo it. And I use the undo tool a lot. Earlier, you saw me completely delete his whole body and then undo and redo it back. It's really important to flip. I'm sure if you're an artist, you know that already or have heard that, but flipping's really important. I really like this mouth I gave him. I should have kept the little cheek dimple on that side, but I moved it to the other side. I think it was around here where I actually took a break and didn't finish it until later that night. What I wanted to do and what I think worked pretty well in the finished sprite is that I made his whole outfit black, but just with the hints of blue, and so it gives it that kind of just really dark blue feel. Uh, Something that I really love about Ace Sprite is it comes just um, packed with all these palettes that you can just use. And I'm horrible at picking colors. I'm always really indecisive. So having a palette to just pick from is really helpful for me. But I need to stop using it so much as a crutch. Try and make my own palette maybe. That might be fun. Yeah, that's where I moved the dimple. And I feel like I should have left it on the other side. It looked better, I think. Just cleaning things up. We're already double the time doing this stage than I was doing just the sketch and pose. I can just spend so much time doing this part. It's so fun. Just one pixel just could change the whole face. And it did right there when I added that extra pixel to the chin. It made it so much bigger. But it didn't feel right, so I got rid of it. And I really like, um, I don't know if I really like it, but it's fun seeing how pixel artists that I um, take inspiration from are showing up more and more in my work. Uh, like this one, anytime I look at it, I feel like it looks just like, or looks similar to um, Big Jerk on Twitter. Their work, it looks a lot like that. Oh, they're so good, so good. I think it's this sharp shapes on the face. I think that's it. Just trying to get the right angles and curves on the jacket there and on the arm. I don't always just use black just for the silhouettes. If I'm more confident in what kind of colors I want to use, I'll sometimes just start with that, just start blocking in with the specific colors, and that works a lot. Um, Sometimes it takes a lot of work out of the coloring stage, but just working straight with black, I can just see the shape alone, and it's pretty nice too. Usually just whatever I feel like that day, because both work. Whatever method that helps you get stuff done the fastest and the most fun is really whatever's best for you. That's what I've learned. I think now we're getting into the polish, just making everything look nice. Um, the final polish. I think this is where I decide to get rid of most of the lines on the jacket and start replacing with just some highlights. Make it look shiny. Or this is the part where I just sit here and do nothing for a few minutes. Probably where I left my computer to go get a snack. I have a hard time with fabric and cloth usually, but I think this turned out pretty cool. I need to practice doing cloth and stuff, right? I'm still not very satisfied with how I got that hand in that pocket, or how both hands are hidden. I should have had him do something with one of his hands that wasn't hidden. Just giving some detail to the highlight on the hair, get some texture, make it look cool and slick. Still not decided how I want to do the nose here. See right there, you can just see like the hint of the nose. It's just that shading there. I think it makes it look really cute without too many lines on the face. Yeah, we're getting into the closing. Um, so yeah, finishing up here. This is where I usually decide if I want outlines or not. And on this piece, I decided that I wanted some outlines just on the face because that was the only part that really wasn't black. Um, and we'll get to those in just a second. And it's nice not having to worry about lines until I absolutely am about to finish, because there's such a pain to go around and line everything. I've been liking the lineless style a lot more recently, but lines make stuff look good a lot too. So we're adding some folds, some detail onto his pants and his arms. Yeah, about right here is where I start doing the lines on the face. There they are. And I like always adding a drop shadow onto something that I draw. Just a little circle shadow down at the bottom makes it feel less flat. Give it a little. It also just looks cool, I think. Makes it look neat. So yeah, that's pretty much all of this one, this video here. Let me know what you think, if you enjoyed it, if it was fun to watch or whatever. Is there anything specific you want to see drawn or talked about? Maybe like animation or tiles or whatever. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and Tumblr, I guess. Bye.